Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I'm Ander, and today we're going to be looking at all the brand new changes coming with this new patch note update featuring the brand new event, Tower of Transcendence, and the new UR Ulrich von Hutten. Let's get into it. So first things first, new event means new skins. And now hear me out, I do like bunny girl skins, but you know what I like more than bunny girls? Maids. So yeah, there's a bunch of new maid ship girl skins, and yeah. That's about it. Yeah, new maids. I like maids. There is also a new dorm set called Port Cafe. It seems to be an Ironblood inspired cat cafe setting with maid manjus, and of course, obviously the best part, this very cute Ice-Sen statue with omurice on his head. What more could you ask for? Additionally, there is also two other limited time dorm sets that are being rerun during this time. The Snowy New Year's Street, which is over here, so that looks like that, and of course Shrine Visits Eve, which is, well, if I could click it right here. So yeah, buy it if you like. There is also some cafe themed gear skins available for purchase, either for 2000 event points in the event shop over here, or for 7000 gold in the general shop right here. There is also Ironblood themed gear skins over here that you can go and buy in the general shop, and it features some great gear skins such as the Nutshell. Nice. There's also a mini game that you can go and play in this event tab right here. If you click that and then go to the bottom left, you can go to Manjuu Curling. Wow. Now, in order to play this game, you can move the Manjuu up and down right here, and you can hold to adjust the amount of power, and your goal is to not do that, and your goal is to go and get the curling stone in this red circle right here. So let's go and yeet javelin, and she hit the wisdom cube for some reason. So yeah, do this for 7 days and you'll get a free Southampton skin, and I'm really bad at this. But that's all. There is also another event called Blessings and New Year's Invitations 2022 edition, where every single day you can go and click a New Year's Emma with a ship girl on it over here. So you can collect 7 of these, and once you do so, you can go back to the events tab over here, and you'll get yourself a free SR ticket where you can go and choose one of the 7 SRs that you can go and pick from here, being Illustrious, Lamalin, Victorious, Tirpitz, Essex, Shokaku, and Zuikaku, and you can just get them for free. So that's very nice. There is also a couple of other minigames to mention. For instance, there is Fireworks Workshop, where if you play this minigame for 7 days, you can get the limited ship Z28. So if you go here, all you gotta do is click any of the 3 colors that you like, click begin filling, and then get around 50% every time you fill it. You fill 3 times, and your goal is to get around that so that you can get the first prize right here, and that's all. There is also another event called Tonic and Tea, where you are assigned missions every single day for 7 days, and once you do all those missions for 7 days, you can get yourself 2 exclusive furnitures, being Model Royal Navy Tea House and Model Ironblood Cafe. With this new event also comes a new portrait frame. For those that didn't know, you can obtain this portrait frame by max limit breaking all of the new event ships, with the only exception for this being the brand new UR ship over here, where all you have to do is simply just get her in order to receive her corresponding portrait frame points. But once you get enough of those points, you can go over to the tab over here and exchange for this portrait frame right here. To go and equip it, you can go to the top left of the main menu, click on Style, and then set your portrait frame to whatever your heart desires. As with every event, as you accumulate event points, you'll receive some rewards with that. This time around, the prize at 10,000 points is going to be the new limited time ship U1206, so make sure you grab her before the event ends. Now for the event shop, if you aren't planning on farming B3, D3, or the SP stage yet and also haven't gotten her from the gacha, be sure to pick up at least 1 copy of Magdeburg. For some other good recommendations, the cognitive arrays over here are a high priority for any commanders that need to limit break more level 120 ships. So with that, there's the other usual recommendations such as the normal and rainbow PR blueprints, as they save a ton of time for the PR grind. Purple general parts are always nice because you can never have too many of them. You can buy more oil and gold if you are running low on them. Gold cap boxes are always fine, and gear skins are purely cosmetic, but if you're like me and like how things look, then they're always nice to have. If you're wondering on how to farm Tower of Transcendence, I would highly recommend finishing up D3 as fast as possible in order to go and unlock the SP stage. You can do the SP stage once per day, and once completed you can go and get yourself a very nice 800 event points right here, and you also get the chance to get the SR event ship Magdeburg. After this, if you're still aiming to get Magdeburg, you can either farm either stage B3 or D3 depending on your level, so you can go and get her as a drop over here. Some other notable mentions are that Deutschland drops from A2 and C2 right here, and that Gneisenau drops from A3 and C3 if you don't have them and you're still looking to get them. And finally, of course, as you saw already, Graf's B drops from D3 and B3. Onto the ship reviews, we first have the brand new UR ship, Ulrich von Hutten. She is a brand new UR Ironblood battleship, and as fitting for a UR ship, she has excellent stats. In particular, she has the 3rd highest HP stat, the 3rd highest firepower stat, and the 4th highest reload stat out of all battleships. Onto her skills, her first red skill grants herself 2 special barrages. The first barrage activates 100% of the time whenever her main guns are fired, and any enemies hit by this barrage will have their speed decreased by 30%. The other barrage, similar to FDG's, activates when an enemy gets too close, and it also has a 15-second cooldown in between activations. Onto her yellow skill, she grants a couple of nice buffs for herself. She increases her own firepower and reload by 15%, and when she uses a main gun that uses high explosive ammo, the gun's ammo modifiers against light and medium armor are increased by 15%. Finally, if Ulrich is not the flagship, she decreases her main gun reload time by 50%, but decreases her main gun damage dealt by 45%. This skill is going to be very useful depending on whether you want to use your Ulrich for mob or boss fleet, as you could use her on the side so that she reloads faster, or as the flagship for more damage instead. Finally, her 3rd skill grants herself a 20% bonus critical hit damage, and in addition she provides buffs to a fleet other than herself for the first 5 battles. For any ships in the different fleet, Ulrich decreases the damage that any Ironblood ships take by 5%, increases their critical damage by 10%, and finally, shoots a supporting barrage when an enemy gets too close to your ships with a maximum of 6 times each battle, with a 5-second cooldown in between activations. Overall, Ulrich von Hutten is going to be a very powerful addition, especially for anyone looking to make a very powerful Ironblood faction fleet, as she provides extremely high damage and has a great support skill for any fleets. Next up we have the event shop or map drop super rare of the event being Magdeburg. She is a light cruiser from the Ironblood faction with a torpedo mount instead of a secondary main gun, and I do like her design a lot. For her stats, she has higher than average firepower, anti-air, torpedo, and evasion, and actually has the 2nd highest reload stat out of all light cruisers, only behind San Diego Retrofit. So from her stats alone, she seems definitely usable already. For her skills, her red skill being Get Hyped grants herself a couple of self buffs. When the fleet that Magdeburg is in sinks an enemy fleet, she grants herself a 6% damage increase that stacks up to 4 times for a max of 24%. Now additionally, whenever Magdeburg sinks an enemy during a battle, she increases her own accuracy and evasion by 5%, that stacks up to 4 times for a max of 20%. Onto her blue skill, she grants herself a nice 15% anti-air stat boost, which surprisingly makes her pretty good at taking out planes. In addition, 3 seconds after the battle starts and with a 70% chance every 20 seconds, she fires a special barrage. Now instead, if this barrage fails to activate, she increases her own firepower and torpedo by 10%, which can stack up to 2 times. Now when this is actually stacked twice, she then increases the barrage's proc chance to 100%, and finally, after the 2nd and 4th battles of each sortie, this barrage is improved. Overall, Magdeburg is a great addition to the Ironblood faction. Now due to her having a torpedo mount instead of a secondary main gun, or just 2nd main gun in general, she may not perform as well as the very best light cruisers, but she definitely is a solid ship that you can't go wrong with leveling up. For the last super rare of the event, we have a new Ironblood heavy cruiser, being another ship drawn by our Lord and Savior dishwasher, Prinz Adalbert. Just like her sister, Prinz Adalbert has some pretty nice stats. Yep, I was going to totally say stats. Compared to all other heavy and large cruisers, she has the 6th highest HP stat, the 4th highest firepower stat, the second highest torpedo stat tied with Volsch, as well as higher than average reload and accuracy, basically making her a pretty good ship already. She additionally also gets a special secondary gun, such as how Prinz Heinrich has, for more damage, and also can equip large cruiser main guns just like Prinz Heinrich once again. For her skills, her red skill grants herself a 10% increased accuracy stat, and when she fires her main guns, she has a 70% chance to fire a special barrage with a 10-second cooldown in between activations, just like how Bremerton's skill works. For her blue skill, it is a very powerful survival boost for the Vanguard fleet. When Prinz Adalbert's above 60% health, she will spawn a shield around herself that negates up to 4% of her max HP. Now, if there are other Vanguard ships in the same fleet as her, this shield's effectiveness is doubled to 8% of her max HP. Additionally, upon using this skill, Prinz Adalbert will also take 50% of the damage that the other Vanguard ships take for 8 seconds, and if she is instead below 60%, she no longer does any of these stuff stated above, and instead grants herself a 15% torpedo stat increase. Overall, just like Prinz Heinrich, sorry Prinz Eugen, she is another powerhouse of a heavy cruiser. I would highly recommend leveling up Prinz Adalbert, as she definitely can deal some great damage and also has some great survivability. Next is Elbe, an elite rarity Ironblood light carrier. She has a very cool shark design, and there's not really much else to go and say aside that. The red skill of hers increases her own aviation and accuracy by 15%, and she also has an 80% chance to launch a special airstrike whenever she finishes loading an airstrike. Now for her blue skill, at the start of battle and when she launches an airstrike, she spawns a shield around the frontmost ship of our Vanguard that lasts up to 8 seconds and can block up to 6 enemy shots. Now if the shield is destroyed, instead of expiring, she increases her own damage dealt by 15% until her next airstrike. Finally, we have U1206 being our point accumulation reward. She is an elite rarity Ironblood submarine, and she's part of the Wolf Pack, making her a slight bit better. Her first red skill is kind of a meme, called that was an accident, and she decreases her own oxygen by 10, and when she resurfaces and retreats from battle, her damage is increased by 15% and increases her own speed while retreating by 50%. Additionally, her second red skill provides some buffs to the Wolf Pack, so for each Ironblood submarine in the same fleet as her, she increases her own torpedo, reload, and accuracy by 6%. Pretty neat. And with those ship reviews finished, that will bring an end to this Azur Lane Tower of Transcendence event guide. As always, if you found this information helpful, consider dropping a like and subscribing. Don't forget to press the notification bell for my future uploads as well. Feel free to leave a comment if you have any questions that need to be answered, and I'll try my best to reply. If you're interested, I have a Discord server, and you can always join if you need advice or just want a place to relax. That'll be all for this video, so I'll catch you guys next time. Bye bye.